It's the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by WJER Sports in partnership with Smartway Communications, Sugar Valley Meats, Kempthorne Volkswagen, and Williams Floor Covering.
And I want to welcome you into the Coach's Corner Show once again, week number 9. Willie Grove along with Coach Dan Ifft of the Dover Crimson Tornadoes. And Coach, it was a really nice trip to Boardman. If you got to go, you might as well come home with a win.
Well, that's absolutely correct. It took us a while to get there, about an hour 45 to get there. And, once you're there, if you do your job, I'm a big fan of the happy bus ride home, that's for sure.
Well, when things are working, you keep going at it. The defense was there. They were ready to play. And the offense, a little different set there with 2 running backs in the backfield and maybe a coming out party for a young sophomore.
Might be. Dalen Clark has done a great job all year defensively. Have him back on kickoff. He makes people miss him in space. You just can't coach that type of stuff. JJ, when Mitch went down, we kind of lost his running partner, and I felt like we needed to get those 2 kids on the field at the same time. And then we've got another young one. We've got Caden Shy back there too, and he's able to do some nice things, as is Dalen. So trying to take advantage of the athletes that we have a little bit and what they can do. But I thought our kids up front blocked well also.
I thought it was a good game with the 2 backs. It kind of gave Ben Ham a little bit of a night off, not having to run, not having to come up with some yardage from the quarterback.
Well, and that's another point. We have to have 2 running backs, whether it's your quarterback and your tailback or 2 tailbacks. And I just felt like Ben was taking a lot of unnecessary hits. We're playing some physical people the last 3 weeks, and he's getting a little banged up, and he's hanging there because he's a tough kid. But I want to make sure he's got his legs under him for weeks 9, 10.
Hey, we got Lindsley on the schedule. We're going to go the opposite direction. We're heading to Wheeling, West Virginia, and then up to West Liberty University. What do you know about Lindsley other than they're a much improved team from last year?
Yeah, they are, I guess, a boarding school, what have you, and they get some kids in, and sometimes those kids come in August. I don't know, how many of these kids have come in this year, how many were there last year, but the quarterback is an extremely talented young man. He's got a really big arm. He's a college type of football player. The last year's quarterback, the DiLorenzo kid, who we thought was one of the finest athletes we had played against last year, has moved to wide receiver now, and he's a dynamic wide receiver. And there's another youngster on the other side just like him, and they pair those 2 with a couple of 6'3" targets. They do run the ball, but they want to pass the football down the field, and they try to get as many snaps in as they can. They all, other than DiLorenzo, nobody plays both ways. So it's one of those deals where we're going to have to hopefully grind out a little bit and slow the game down a little bit. So you don't want them firing too many bullets at you.
Now the Tornadoes kind of trying to keep everything together. Some patchwork here. Got a few injuries.
Sure.
Just hoping to get some of those guys back.
Well, we are. Don't know if it'll be this week or not. But like I said, we've challenged kids to step up, and some of those youngsters from our JV team have stepped up and realized that I can play varsity football. We tell them, you've been with us for about 10, 12 weeks now. You're no longer a young kid. Now you're able to play this game, and to that end, kids like Dalen have stepped up, and Caden, and we have T.J. Arnold on the offensive line now. Did a marvelous job over the weekend. They improved so much from the first week he played, which was last weekend, to this weekend. So hopefully we continue to see that improvement. We got a few more in there. As Jack McKinnon's been in and out so much, and he's a youngster that can do some things as well. So we're relying on a lot of those kids, and there'll be some more sophomores this week probably as we get some guys banged up.
Great for the future. Coach, thanks for visiting with us again.
Thank you, Willie.
Coach's Corner here on WJER.
This has been the Coach's Corner Show, a production of Claxon Communications for WJER Sports. Brought to you by Smartway Communications, Sugar Valley Meats, Kempthorne Volkswagen, and Williams Floor Covering.